Men who go to church are the strongest men out there. I disagree. The biggest problem with the modern church is soft and passive men. Many of them have big hearts, but no spine. It's no wonder women like church and men don't. It's a more feminine message that's suited for women, and a lot of them rule over their husbands who typically just sit there playing on their phone waiting for the service to be over. Not to mention, most of those men are frustrated, which should be unheard of in the church. Gentleness and servitude are extremely important, but they're overshadowing the assertive leadership qualities masculine men need to possess. The church should be a place where men can reclaim their role as a strong, decisive leader. Jesus was the perfect example for men. He balanced strength and gentleness, and he stood strong in his convictions and still showed deep compassion to the sinners around him. Be like Jesus, not the church.
Some of the most oppressive people you'll ever meet are feminists and girls. Because they'll scream woman empowerment, support women, and stop silencing women. But right up until a woman says something they personally disagree with, and suddenly it's all, shut up, so you're brainwashed, and you're a pick-me. They'll just straight up start insulting women. Like, wait, I thought women were supposed to have voices. I thought women were supposed to be empowering to each other. Or does that only apply to women who repeat the exact same opinions as you? Because if your version of empowerment disappears the second a woman has different values, beliefs, or perspectives, then you never actually cared about empowering women. You just wanted every woman to agree with your ideology. That's called being a dictator, honey, not an activist. A real girl's girl can disagree with another woman without trying to shame them, silence them, cancel them, or destroy her for having a different set of beliefs. And that's the problem with modern culture now. People don't want a diversity of thoughts. They just want you to shut up and be obedient to the status quo, even when it's wrong.
And you know, men are looking, because a lot of modern women, they're excited, they are enthusiastic, and they're trying to create vibes. And what men are noticing and what's making them, and this is what, well, you know, the vibes were off. He doesn't really feel like he's romantic. Felt like more like he was a friend. In some instances, that's a man being cautious and saying, is she really like this? Or is she just putting on? That would be a woman's form of love bombing. You'd be love bombing a man. Oh, I'm so into you. I'm so interested. When really you're not interested. You just, you know, trying to put your emotions out there and act like you're so excited to get him to pay for that expensive dinner.
Because men have morals and women do not.
Have a better relationship with their mother.
No, it's not because you have a better relationship. Well, Marquette, how did you know that she told her mother she engaged in a filthy, disgusting act, but she didn't tell her father? Why is that? No, it's not because you have a better relationship. It's because men have morals and women do not.
No,
that's
why.
That's why.
Definitely not.
And you knew that your mother, similar to yourself, would say, oh, well, it's okay. And your father would be disgusted because it's evil, filthy, and wicked.
And then let me get this right. So a man has to come in and take care of all of his problems. And all of his problems means the car note, the car insurance, his mortgage, his rent, the HOA fees, his health insurance, the dental insurance, all the little fees that he has to pay throughout, everything else, right? So he's expected to come in, pay all that, come into your world and take over all your bills that you have been taking care of by yourself, right? What does he get out of it? How does he benefit? I'm so tired of seeing women talk about, I need a man that makes 6 figures. Do you have a 6-figure mindset? Do you have a 6-figure heart? Do you have a 6-figure patience zone? Like, do you have a 6-figure safety zone? Can a man be safe with you? Can he be vulnerable with you? Can the man bring you his seed and knowing that his child is in the best hands necessary? I'm so sick of people saying, oh yeah, I raised my children. You feed, you clothe, and you water them, and you provide them shelter. That is not raising a child. That is maintaining a child. I do the same thing with my animals. I give them food, water, clothes, and shelter. Can he bring you his seed and you teach his seed, teach his children love, life, understanding, peace, integrity, forgiveness, patience, who and what God is, health, how to balance their finances, their education level. Let's not just send our children to school and think that they're going to teach them the right way. Are you teaching them in your home? Can he bring you this?
Woo!
A lot of times these men, my God, they have to audition for no reason. Not doing it. Why do I have to audition for you? Why do I have to prove myself to you? But you never have to prove yourself to me. I mean, God dog, y'all want men to be leaders, but then you let him get all the way down the street and you never even give him any support. What CEO, what boss in what company is going to be like, yeah, I'm going to carry this entire company on my back the entire way, and say, you know what, I don't need no help. I don't want no support. Which one? Nobody. Give that man some help.
It's hard for a woman to be in submission with a man with no mission. How can I submit to a person who don't know where we're going? What we doing? I don't know. Where we going? I don't know. A woman will only submit to a person who knows where they're going. You don't have to be perfect, but help me with something. Give me a clue. North, south, east, west. You will run at the pace of the slowest person in your marriage. Brother say, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? What you mean you don't know? Where we going? What we doing? Where we going? What we doing? Where we going? What we doing? I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You the head. You supposed to know. Because see, woman of God wants direction. Man of God should be vision.
I like this guy. I like the energy. And here's what Paul says in Corinthians. He says, the man was not made for the woman was made for the man. What that means practically is the man needs to leave his mother and father, venture out, have his own path for life, and then when he meets a woman, invite her to join him, to be his helper, to assist him. And what that means is he needs to be able to tell her, here's where I'm going, here's what I'm doing. Would you like to help me accomplish this mission? And would you like to help be part of my future? Then she knows what she's signing up for, and then she has a good reason to assist him. Do you want to build this life? Do you want to build this family? Do you want to build this company? Do you want to build this ministry? And men, what I would tell you is this: if you don't know where you're going, you're going to end up going alone, because there's no reason for a woman to go with you.
And y'all keep on thinking because a man has opted out of dating and just stopped dating, that the man is bitter, that the man just hates women, when it's really just a cost-benefit analysis. That's it. Am I getting what I put out? And if I have to look at myself and say, I need to do better, well, maybe I don't need to be dating at that point in time. So that's one way. But if I look at myself and I'm saying, okay, I've got a couple of places that I can improve, right? But, I'm kind of still looking. But when I look out there and I see maybe 2 or 3 things that I have to take care of versus you thinking that you're better than me, and you saying, well, you got 10 things to take care of and I have none. I have none to take care of. A man is going to look at that and be like, delusional. So she says, I have tons of things to take care of, but she has none. I'm self-aware. I know there's probably a handful of things that I could do better, but she's saying she ain't got nothing to improve on. She's not even standing there thinking about what she can improve on. It's time for me to go sit down somewhere.
Men, why is it that the nicest guys are always in the friend zone? Like, I heard that women tend to put, like, the sweetest men ever straight into the friend zone. And, like, it makes zero sense to me. Why wouldn't you want a partner who treats you really, really well? I'm hoping that my future husband will be, like that, so that I can, reciprocate the love and the care and the effort, so that we can hopefully live happily ever after. Like, why wouldn't you want that? Let me know if you've ever been in the friend zone and why you think women tend to do this weird behavior.
So I saw this post. She said, I don't believe in hypergamy because most women choose to date broke, chopped, unemployed men. I have an opinion about this right here, okay? But first and foremost, you guys understand, I don't care about hypergamy. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. I don't think anyone should date someone they're not attracted to, even if this person is their looks. Nobody has a duty to be attracted to someone who they think is chopped or mid. So again, hypergamy, I do not care. But she's saying they date broke, chopped, unemployed men. And I feel like they're saying that because there's like a segment of men that are like just invisible to them. The men she's thinking about, like women dating, sure, they might be like broke and like chopped to her, but I feel like there's an even larger broker and chopped her population underneath that like she's not acknowledging at all. Not even in like an intentional way, but I think your brain just doesn't register. Because I'm not gonna, if I go outside and I see someone who's like really unattractive, clearly not doing well for themselves, I'm gonna be like, yeah, of course they're not dating anybody. If I see a friend date a guy who clearly has more money than that person and looks better than that person, I still might consider that like an unattractive and broke person for my friend to be. I feel like that's what actually happens. Like I feel like, oh, like there might be a woman who dates like a broke or chopped guy, like by her standard. But like, I feel like the broke and chopped men that the men are talking about are so much worse. Like, so, like, women don't even know they exist, Loki.
And what you're seeing from a lot of these guys is they're more selective in the time that they give to people. Their family, friends, all of that's golden, because those are people usually that have invested in them, that have shown them love, that have been with them, that have, you know, ride or die. That's my boy. Hey, I got a homegirl. You know what I mean? Those are the people that have shown them love, that have talked to them, that have counseled with them, that have supported them. Those are the type of people that have their back. They are there, loud, every time you need them. Hey, man, I'm here to support you. You know, not only with my resources, money, finances, you got my voice too. You need me to speak up for you on your behalf. You need some of these brothers out there. They'll get out there and rumble with you, man. I ain't condoning nothing now. I ain't condoning. I'm just saying they get out there and rumble with you a little bit. Okay, so they'll do that. But for modern women, you don't get those same perks because you don't say. First of all, you don't reciprocate. Second of all, you don't show that same type of loyalty back. I'm not going to get anything back from you. So you're not going to get those perks from me at all.
I came out as bisexual last year. And since then, I have been dating women. And what I found very fascinating is that the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men. Let me explain.
What do you mean?
A. I was on a first date with a girl who asked me out, by the way. This is relevant because when the check came, she never once made a move to pay. Not even like the fake, let me reach for my purse move. And though I don't mind paying on a date, part of me felt like, you know, the offer would have been nice. I was also a little taken aback that she didn't even say thank you. And I never heard from her again.
Still not the
surprise. It really made me feel like she just asked me out so she could have a free dinner. And the moment I thought that, I was like, oh my god, I sound like all of my guy friends right now. And my argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice.
We take hours too.
Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But we were both girls in this situation. We both took hours to get ready. So I definitely felt slighted. Exhibit B.
A lot of people say men become mean when they stop loving. What if it's because they got tired? They start to call them toxic and heartless when they start to pull back. But what if it's because they've been emotionally exhausted for a very long time? Men are not always loud about their pain. They don't express their feelings like us women do. To be honest, a lot of men try to fix things quietly, tolerate things quiet, and carry the pressure silently. When you have a good man, you don't appreciate him. Y'all push and y'all push and y'all push. Push him to he becomes cold and distant and not so patient. All of a sudden he changed. All of a sudden it's a switch up. You have to understand that he didn't change overnight. He literally got to a point where he stopped fighting for something that he felt that he was losing anyway. A man that constantly feels unheard, unappreciated, and disrespected doesn't know how to communicate that in a long conversation. Y'all have to understand men lead for peace too. Just like women, men want calm, respect, loyalty, and emotional safety. When every conversation turns into conflict and every mistake turns into judgment and every effort that he puts in goes unnoticed, you're going to notice that something inside of him starts to close. Sometimes, to be honest, they don't even leave when the relationship ends. They leave way before that. He leaves the moment, the place where he was trying to build peace, now constantly feels like he's at war.
If you confront the Jezebel spirit, they will fight back. If they feel like they're losing, they will change the conversation to where they are a victim and you have abused them. And they're very hurt and very emotional. And what the Jezebel spirit knows is if it's a woman who then is declaring war on a man, it puts the man in a lose-lose position. Because if she attacks him and he fights back, see, he's mean, he's domineering, he's overbearing, he's a bully. And if he just takes it and tolerates it, she'll control and dominate. It's spiritual warfare. And in our culture, the Jezebel spirit knows a man versus a woman, the man is guilty until proven innocent, and the woman is innocent until proven guilty. And she'll use that to her advantage. And if she doesn't get the outcome she wants, she'll go on the internet, because all the Jezebels are on the internet, and then create some sort of coalition, and together, now you have the equivalent of a demonic legion.
My question is this: if y'all feel like men don't do, like they exist for no reason, let me know what the women are for. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, women's purpose on earth is to procreate. Not saying that's our main purpose on earth,
but it is.
But without man and woman, we could not procreate. Because we all know that women always complain about some labor, whether it's hard labor, domestic labor, or anything. So you ladies ain't finna invent, build, or create. But a problem. They want to talk about the world would be a better place if men didn't exist. Bitch, speak for yourself. If it wasn't for women being with men, we all would not be here. So I'm just trying to figure out, do y'all want to eradicate us, including yourself? Because that's what it's giving. Don't be trying to unalive everybody along with your ass.
I say, you got guys putting 304s on the same playing field as quality women. You can't do that. You're destroying the ecosystem when you do that. And I think this is some new age stuff, man, the young generation, which I feel like the younger generation, man, they were raised by more women, but I'm from the 80s. We was raised by men, Rolling Stones. And like I say, they never embraced the 304 culture at all. They never put a 304 on the same level as a quality woman. And that has a lot to do with the reward system. And a prime example, man, when I say putting them on the same level, if a 304 asks you, hey man, I want to go to Paris. Hey, baby, the best I can do, I can take you to Puerto Rico. Why would you take a 304 to Paris when you could take a woman of quality to Paris? And I'm just giving an example. So allowing this 304 culture to infiltrate and seem like it's trying to put every woman on the same playing field, as men, we the only ones that can control that. Like I say, have fun with them. That's what they for. It's certain treatment that I'm not going to give you versus a woman of quality. It is what it is, baby. Take it or leave it. But we have a lot of dudes out here, they're afraid to approach a 304 like that. And it's destroying the game, fellas. And then the 304s, the lines are so blurred, they don't even know they 304s. And then some of them, they're ashamed to admit it themselves. And it's always been like that, man. Them players back in the day, they always shamed the 304. This ain't about shaming, no offense, because we need them in society. They fun. Some of them a good vibe, but they're only designed for that. And I think that's what's really destroying the culture and the ecosystem right now, is the guys are treating 304s like quality women and the quality women like 304s, man. That ain't how the game goes.
There are only 3 kinds of beings in this world that get loved automatically, and that's women, kids, and little puppies. Men, they do not get that luxury. Men are not loved unconditionally. They have to earn it, and let's be honest, that is not fair. From the moment a boy grows up, the message is clear. Your value is in what you provide. Your worth is in what you achieve. Your love is conditional. A man can be loyal, faithful, and good-hearted, but if he loses his job, if he can't provide, if he struggles, watch how quickly that so-called love disappears. Meanwhile, women, they're loved simply for existing. Kids, automatic love. Puppies, automatic love. But men, the very ones who build societies, who break their backs to provide, who carry the weight and responsibility, they are told that love has to be earned. That's not equality. That is not fair. Men get judged by their paychecks, their muscles, their status, their ability to produce and protect. And if they can't measure up, they're disposable. That's the harsh truth that nobody wants to admit. And here's the kicker. Women expect men to show up strong, stoic, protective, ambitious, but then in the same breath, talk about how love should be unconditional. No, not for men, not in this reality that we live in. It is not fair that men have to constantly prove their worth just to be worthy of love. And until we start acknowledging that, men will keep suffering in silence, carrying a burden nobody gives them credit for. So let me say it straight. Men deserve better. Men deserve to be loved, not just for what they do, but for who they are as a man.
I'm going to say something that a lot of women in their 40s probably won't say out loud, but I am subconsciously prepared to spend the rest of my life alone. And it's not because I'm broken or I don't want love or I don't want to find my person, but because somewhere along the way, I learned I can't count on another person for my plan. And I built everything in my life myself, my career, my business, and my body, and my peace. I did not wait for anybody to hand it to me. So when my marriage ended, as devastating as that was, I realized I wasn't scared of being alone. I was scared of going back to the version of myself that needed someone else to feel okay. And I don't need someone to complete me. I need someone who adds to what I've already built. And if that never comes, like, I'm going to be okay. I've always been okay. I think that's one of the most powerful things a woman can actually say out loud.
You have a couple minutes in the rain to feel out your heart. Let it bring your soul, let go. Let it start to beat in your heart. Let it bring your ways, let go. Let it start to beat in your heart. Let it bring your soul in love. Let it start to beat in your heart. Let it bring your heart. You have a couple minutes, let it start to beat.
I'ma just say this. You can't be trying to be the man in my life and you're not doing nothing for me. And it's not gold digging or nothing like that. It's just like I do so much for myself. You're not about to be around me not helping. Like, for example, and I'm not just saying like, oh, you got to go out and buy me a new tire, but at least go online, look up some places. Oh, you could go here, or do you need help getting around? I can look into some things for you and see what I can figure out. Like, do something. Because any man that's for me for real is not about to sit here and listen to me stress and not do nothing about it. And then especially say, I want to see you. You ain't even checked on if my car is cool, if I need help, anything.
Coming from someone who left a 7-8 year relationship, for my ladies who feel bad that you have a good man, but it doesn't feel right. Don't feel bad for wanting more and leaving. My ex was 70% right, but there's just something off. And over time, that last bit will tell you everything about the relation. And even though I want all these things, I want kids, want the right man, I am willing to risk being single and alone forever for that Mr. Right, that man that feels right in every single way. The fact that I view my last relationship as something that I'm grateful for, there are things in that relationship that I will always look for moving forward. In my next relationship, like our friendship, me and my ex were like this in our relationship. And that is something I'll always look for. And I feel like when you could be grateful for that, you could find the right relationship for you down the line. So that's the faith I have in myself. I'll let you know when I find Mr. Right.
Look like a dog, walk like a dog, Yana, he's a dog. Oh. You ought to change his name to Rover. That's Rover. That's Rover. Oh. Holla back.
Okay, you talking gone.
Yana, look at me. From head to toe, I got 5 kids, and guess what? I still look good. Holla back. It's not a game. How could you cheat on a woman like me? I've been with him for forever, since he lived with me. How he lived with you and he lived with me? Please explain that to me.
Well, maybe he had a double life and had
That's
two
what I
houses.
said, because she said all my utilities in his name, her light bill, her gas bill, her phone bill.
Did you try to send it to you?
No, you know what I did?
What?
Her kids was in the dark the next morning, because I called every company she told me she had a bill with and got everything. Please believe me. Her kids woke up the next morning, clicked on the switch, and they seen nothing but they said. Are you serious? Not in my husband's name.
Woo-wee, she never expected that. Did she call you back?
I don't think so.
She didn't call you back.
She
huh?
had no phone.
If you understood how easy girls make it for the guys they actually want, you would never chase another woman again. Now, I'm not saying that men are the prize. I'm not saying women should chase men. I'm saying there's a big difference between chasing and pursuing. Because when a woman actually wants you, she replies, she shows up, she makes time, she makes it very clear. That's the woman that you pursue. Someone who's gonna let you take the initiative, let you take that lead. You're not guessing, you're not forcing anything, and you're not overthinking. The problem is a lot of men have never experienced this. As a result, they double text, they triple text, they overthink, they overanalyze. They keep trying to prove themselves to someone who's already made their mind up about them. Most women are not going to be direct with you. They're not going to say no, but their actions will tell you. If it feels hard, difficult, confusing, she just doesn't want you. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you stop chasing people who are never going to choose you.
So I'm a bigger woman, and this guy tells me, oh, I'm not interested in talking to you because of your size. I was like, it's okay, honey. You obviously don't have the right tools for the job anyway, so I'll just go find somebody with better equipment that can handle it.
Let me introduce you to the Calamar DCG.
Sometimes you really have to let a man who was never on your level go right back to what he's used to. And I know that sounds harsh, but listen, losing a man who could not love you properly is not a loss. It only feels like one because your heart was attached. But in reality, that is not rejection. That is correction. Listen carefully. That is life removing someone who was never built to stand beside you. Because with you, he had to grow. He had to communicate. He had to be consistent. He had to be accountable. He had to act like a grown man. And let's be honest, he could not handle that pressure. Not because you were asking for too much, but because he was too comfortable giving too little. What does he do? He goes back to easy. Back to the kind of situation where nobody challenges him. Nobody expects maturity. Nobody asks him to become better. He goes where his bare minimum still looks like effort. And that is not love. That is a hiding place. So yes, it may hurt seeing him move on like nothing happened. But look closer. He did not upgrade. He went somewhere he does not have to face himself. Let her have him. Let her deal with the confusion, the inconsistency, the excuses, and the man you kept trying to raise. Because you were not meant to shrink your standards just to keep someone who could not even meet you halfway. That is not your loss. That is two people choosing comfort over growth. And the moment you stop chasing a man who cannot rise to your level, your life finally starts moving forward.
I hear all the time women being like, he was a master manipulator. And I'm sorry, but I don't think most men are that smart. 9 times out of 10, you are in fact manipulating yourself. Like, he hasn't texted me back in 6 hours. I know he's trying to test me. When all that's going on in his brain is like, should I have ground beef and sweet potato for dinner again? I've had it 6 nights in a row, but like, it could be 7. Common one I'll hear is, he hid who he was at the start. When like, you just hadn't gotten to know him yet. He wasn't necessarily trying to hide certain qualities, you just had not discovered these qualities that you don't like yet. Or those qualities were completely transparent and you just ignored them because you liked him. I have videos about how my ex was just filthy and it's one of the reasons that we broke up, and I get comments all the time of like, he was using weaponized incompetence against you. And I'm like, no, he was never gonna clean these things. Big piles of food that I was cleaning up would have stayed there to rot forever. So it's not weaponized incompetence. He was actually just that lazy and didn't care if he did it or if I did it or if anyone did it. The narrative that you've created about someone is not always accurate. My ex wasn't utilizing weaponized incompetence. He was incompetent. The person you were dating was probably not a master manipulator. They just didn't care very much. And they had qualities you didn't like.
What? Goodness gracious, this is actually somebody's wife. Listen, it's bad enough being a fucking whore in the first place, but to publicly show it while having a husband? Absolutely outrageous. Did you sit there and literally think to yourself, how can I embarrass my husband today? Because you cannot tell me that this transition from this to this isn't a public humiliation ritual.
Yes, I am ready. I mean, I'm already good at doing this, so this will be a piece of cake. Oh yeah, this is the easy one. So it all goes based on how I feel. Yeah, my feelings are always valid. Yeah. Feelings are always facts. Yes. And facts are only determined by feelings.
Do you think you've ever been wrong?
I don't understand. I don't speak either.
Have you ever made a mistake?
Could you write it down?
Do you have
could
any
you
flaws?
write? Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, next question.
Okay, so we're just going to skip to the end. What's one thing you could change about yourself if you wanted to improve yourself, get better? What is one thing you would change?
Men. T-center men. Men.
I'm sorry. This is about you.
They can't.
No.
They won't.
Change about
They
you.
always. Men.
Women are bothered by the fact that as you age, your value is declining, so you have to create a psychological superstructure that makes guys feel guilty about wanting younger women. So when you end up 30 years old like her with 2 divorces, you still want to be accessible and appealing to guys like me. Once you get past that 30, you start creeping into something called menopause. Because when menopause shows up, all of a sudden you're in the room, you're like, it's really hot in here. Everybody else in the room like, what the it's cold as he's like, you know what? I think I want to have another kid. You're like, I can't do that. Menopause. So you're having all of these things that are causing you to rapidly decline. And not only that, the way you behave and relate to him is also changing. So you're rapidly declining in value. And for that very reason, you should try your best to lock in a guy. Marriage is primarily for the female. And the reason you're subconsciously angry that guys want younger women is because you know you won't be young forever. And you want to have a hot girl summer, not realizing that is really limited. You better lock in a guy before you turn 24, because after that, low key, people ain't checking for you. It's a wrap.
You know, a lot of these modern women don't really understand that it seems like in the dating market, or the way it's going, because you're asking, where are the good men at? How come I can't find a good man? Well, it seems like for a lot of these good men, they're stable. They're the stable men. These men are involved in their community, but you want excitement. You want somebody that is going to shock your system. You want somebody that's going to make you feel alive and send you to the moon for a night. Problem is, with that good man, he's going to take you to the moon. It might take a little bit longer to get there. You might not go straight up and come back down. See, what y'all like to do is get on these rides. Hey, make it quick for me. All the way up, all the way down. All the way up, all the way down. And y'all keep on chasing that high. Oh, God, this is too fast. Modern women are modern day drug dealers. Drug dealers of dating. Well, you have a lot of drug dealers who have talked about, man, I'm getting that fast money. I'm trying to work a stable job, but, it's just not... The money ain't fast enough. And they go back out there and they start selling it again. Modern women are that same way. Oh, I can't do nothing but a good man, a stable man. I got to go out there and get that fast attention. I got to go out there and get that fast validation. I need somebody to give me right now. Chad and Tyrone give you exactly what you're looking for. But then you still sitting by yourself at Thanksgiving and Christmas. So what did you really gain?